Let's just go with this breaking news. Arvind has just reported that the 2-year sentence has also been suspended till the disposal of appeal. So the Surat Sessions Court has admitted, not just admitted the appeal of Rahul Gandhi, granted bail in the criminal defamation case appeal, and the 2-year sentence is suspended till the disposal of appeal. And notice now issued on a bail plea, seeking a stay on conviction, the next hearing on the April 13th. We'll go across to Arvind to understand what exactly this means. But let's listen in to Digvijay Singh. I think we're going to try and get that interview, reactions from the Congress. But Megha, let's try and analyze what Arvind is saying until we get him. So does this mean Rahul Gandhi's disqualification? What does this mean for Rahul Gandhi's disqualification from Parliament?
Well, Sarah, while we should, hold a little longer to understand what exactly happened inside the court, but then what Arvind's been reporting, if one has to, and we are going by what the information Arvind has picked up from inside the court. All right, Arvind is there. Arvind, just this one question, when you say that 2 years sentence has been suspended till the disposal of the appeal, which basically means that he has relief till the time a final decision is taken on this matter. Is that correct? Arvind, are you there?
Yeah, Megha, the court has granted bail to Rahul Gandhi, and then Megha, can you hear me?
Go on. Arvind, go on. We can hear you.
Yeah, so the Sessions Court has admitted the appeal of Rahul Gandhi preferred against the magistrate court order in the case of criminal defamation. So after the court admitted the appeal, the court has also granted regular bail to Rahul Gandhi. So that's on the main criminal appeal that has been filed by Rahul Gandhi. In the interim period, the court has also suspended the sentence of the 2-year sentence that has been granted by the magistrate court, that has been suspended till the disposal of this particular appeal. So like we have been reporting, Rahul Gandhi filed one criminal appeal challenging the magistrate court order. Along with that criminal appeal, he filed 2 applications. First application is seeking an interim stay on the conviction, and the second application was seeking suspension of sentence. So on the first application, that is seeking a stay of the conviction, that's very much important here, because unless until Rahul Gandhi gets a stay on the conviction, he cannot get back his Lok Sabha membership. So on that particular application, the court has issued notice to both Purnesh Modi along with Gujarat government, asking them to file response to Rahul Gandhi's application by April 10th, and the court has fixed the next date of hearing for April 13th. So the application seeking an interim stay on the conviction will be heard by the court again on April 13th. By April 10th, both Purnesh Modi and the Gujarat government, they have to file their response to that particular application, and the court has also exempted Rahul Gandhi from personal appearance on April 13th. So for April 13th, Rahul Gandhi need not appear, and the court will hear the application seeking stay of the conviction. In the interim period, the court has also suspended the sentence. The 2-year sentence has been suspended till the disposal of the appeal. So there is no 2-year sentence that will be in operation, but the conviction, which is very much important in this particular case, on that particular point, the court will again hear the matter on April 13th.
All right, Arvind, so I just want to clarify, stay on the conviction is what the Congress is looking for, and that will now come up and be heard on the 13th. So today in court, were any arguments made by the Congress counsel poking holes into why, Rahul Gandhi was convicted and then followed on with the disqualification from Parliament?
Sarah, the strategy of the Congress party was to get a stay of conviction today, and that's why when they went to the court, they went with this particular strategy. That's why they filed 2 interim applications, though they have challenged the overall order per se. But in the interim period, like how the court has suspended the sentence for 2 years, suspended the sentence of 2 years till the disposal of the appeal, they also wanted the stay of conviction till the disposal of the appeal. That's why they had filed that particular application. But in this particular case, the court has said that they cannot pass an ex parte order. They want to hear the complainant in this particular case, because the complainant was not present today. He was not represented by his lawyer today, and that's why the court has issued notice on that particular case, and the court has asked them to file a reply on Rahul Gandhi's application seeking stay of conviction by April 10th, and the matter will be heard on April 13th. So on that particular count, whether the conviction should be stayed or not will be again argued on April 13th. The today argument was by his legal team. One, they wanted the they wanted the magistrate order to be set aside on the ground that the magistrate court without any jurisdiction entertained this particular application. According to the legal team, to the lawyers of Rahul Gandhi, that this particular speech was given in the state of Karnataka, and the Surat court, magistrate court, could not have exercised its jurisdiction on Kolar speech, and that's the first ground, the very basic ground on which the appeal has been filed. That was also argued today, but because the appeal will take the quite long time, it will take for some months, and that's why the court as an interim period has granted bail. This bail is mere procedural, so that Rahul Gandhi appears before the appeal proceedings. That's a mere procedural aspect, but the important takeaway is that the court has suspended the stay of 2 years, suspended the sentence of 2 years till the disposal of the appeal. That's one. And the second takeaway is that the court has issued notice on the application of Rahul Gandhi, the first interim application of Rahul Gandhi seeking stay of conviction, and they have issued notice to the respondent, both Gujarat government and Purnesh Modi, asking them to reply by April 10th, and the matter will be heard on April 13th.
So Arvind, you know, when you say that he has been exempted from personal appearance, of course, then Rahul doesn't really need to come there to the Surat court for the next hearing on 13th, or even about these hearings later on, whatever dates his counsels get. That's one. But the other aspect here, Arvind, isn't it that once his 2-year sentence has been suspended, earlier it was suspended for 30 days, now it has been suspended till the time there is a final conclusion or an outcome of this case, which could be a much longer duration. It could be 1 year, 2 years, maybe more. Till that time, this sentence on Rahul Gandhi of 2 years is not going to apply. Isn't that a big relief for him?
Meha, the 2-year sentence per se is not the problematic clause here, because the Congress party was very clear. The 2-year sentence is disproportionate, because earlier we were told that at least there was one case where the court has granted maximum of 2-year sentence in a case of section 500 of IPC, that's a criminal defamation. But what we are learning is that even that has been set aside in an appeal. So in effect, this is the first case that a sentence of 2 years has been, maximum sentence of 2 years has been granted in a case of criminal defamation, and the Congress party was very much confident on this particular sentence. Sentence was not their problem. They wanted the stay of the conviction, because that's something that will be lingering on Rahul Gandhi throughout, and that's why they wanted the stay of conviction. Though they have got this, one of the interim applications, that's a suspension of stay, has been granted at least till the disposal of this particular appeal, but something that they have to get back, that they have to get from the court, is the stay of conviction, because unless or until they get a stay of conviction, then Rahul Gandhi cannot continue as a Lok Sabha member, and that's why the legal team of Rahul Gandhi wanted a shorter date. They said that they want this matter to be heard, at least the interim application, not the main application, not the criminal appeal, but they wanted the interim application to be heard on a shorter date, and that's why they pressed for a shorter date, and court has also agreed to that contention, and that's why the court has granted April 13th as the date on which the application of seeking stay of conviction will be heard by the Sessions Court, and they have also issued notice to the complainant, and complainant will have to file their reply by April 10th. So in a sense, not actually a kind of a big relief for Rahul Gandhi, but still he has gone back at least without, at least with the suspension of sentence, the 2-year sentence, at least till the disposal of the appeal.
All right, so the big breaking story and the main takeaway, Megha, of what Arvind is saying over there is that the Rahul Gandhi's conviction has not been stayed by the court today. So for our viewers just joining us, let me just quickly wrap up, summarize what has happened in court. The Sessions Court has today granted bail to Rahul Gandhi in the defamation case over his remark, "Why do all thieves share the Modi surname?" It was a remark that he made during a political campaign in April 2019. Now the court has granted him bail in that, and the case will now be heard next on the 13th of April. However, the critical part here is that today, at least, the conviction of Rahul Gandhi has not been stayed by the court. Rahul Gandhi had made an appeal in the Gujarat Sessions Court challenging his conviction. The appeal had 2 applications, is what Arvind has been reporting all day. The first being the application for the suspension of sentence, which is essentially an application for regular bail, and the second being an application for the suspension of conviction. And that is the crucial point over here right now. The second application is what was key, and because only if the second application is allowed, then can Rahul Gandhi's membership in the Lok Sabha be restored, subject of course to the issuance of a notification from the Lok Sabha I beg your pardon, Secretariat. So that's the story as it stands. So not a complete victory for the Congress, a shot in the arm, but not the victory that they were hoping for. Let's go in for a short break right now. Come back with more analysis of what this means, what the fallout of this could be after a short break.
Years since we started, this music has been with you. Now, we want you to share your version of it. Let your inner artists out by creating an incredible remix of the NDTV signature track. Log on to ndtv.com/bestofndtv. Get inspired and submit your rendition. One winner gets an all-expense paid holiday for 2. NDTV 24/7 20th year celebration.
This is NDTV. No noise, no shouting, and most importantly, no lies. Our lead story tonight. Big international story. India is closely watching it. News that informs and inspires.
The news with Sonia Singh. Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. only on NDTV 24/7.
The only side we're on is yours.
Cross the distance between darkness and vision. Teach a generation that has lost all hope. Treat a patient from thousands of miles away. None of this was possible
till technology stepped in and made it possible. A selection of the finest stories from across the country where technology comes with a human touch.
Unleash your dreams with Snapdragon in collaboration with NDTV, only on the NDTV network.
20 years since we started, this music has been with you, playing in your homes, at work, and in your car. Now, we want you to share your version of it. Calling all music buffs from across India to let your inner artists out by creating an incredible remix of the NDTV signature track for the world to hear. Log on to ndtv.com/bestofndtv to access the original track. Get inspired and submit your rendition. One winner gets an all-expense paid holiday for 2 to the luxurious Alila Fort, Bishangarh, Rajasthan. NDTV 24/7 20th year celebrations.
Gadgets 360 is here to help you with all your tech needs.
Gadget 360, Gadget Love.
Gadgets 360, Gadgets Love.
You too can get some gadget love with buying guides, expert reviews, and all the latest news on Gadgets 360.
Debates are essential not just for journalism but for humanity. It ignites our mind, opens it up for counter-opinion. To hear all views, opinion of all hues. Which is why the oldest running debate show on Indian news television is not 23 years old, but young at 23.
इस इनिशिएटिव को मैं अभिनंदन करता हूं कि सच को सच के रूप में पेश करने का उन्होंने साहस दिखाया.
Let us begin the big fight. In a deeply polarized world, where space for disagreement is shrinking, where take it or leave it
Welcome back. The big breaking story at this hour. Visuals you're seeing are of Rahul Gandhi stepping out of that Surat Sessions Court after he was granted bail. The Surat Sessions Court just minutes ago granted bail to Rahul Gandhi in that defamation case over his remark, "Why do all thieves share the Modi surname?" A remark that was made during a political campaign in Karol. That was way back in...
जमानत दे दी, मतलब अभी राहुल जी को जब तक ये अपील चले दूसरी जमानत अर्जी करने की जरूरत नहीं है। फाइनल कितने की जमानत? 15,000। वो तो
15,000 की जमानत।
हाँ जी। अभी जो बाकी रह गया, जो आपके हर आदमी के दिमाग में राहुल जी के साथ है कि राहुल जी के खिलाफ है, दो उनके जो दिमाग में एक ही सवाल है, क्या राहुल जी का संसद पद वापस आएगा? आएगा तो कैसे आएगा? ये सवाल बार बार मीडिया पूछ रही है और मीडिया आम आदमी को बताना चाहती है। तो मैं आपको बता दूं, एज अ लॉयर, एज अ कांग्रेस लीडर, अभी जो बाकी रह गया वो यही सवाल है कि राहुल जी को सांसद पद वापस देना है कि नहीं देना है, कन्विक्शन को सस्पेंड करना है कि नहीं करना, दोषित को पर स्टे देना है नहीं दे। वो जो एप्लीकेशन है उस पर हमारे वकील ने बताया कि साहब हमारी सुनवाई आज ही कर लो। कोर्ट ने तो आज सुन ही नहीं सकती थी। आज कोई कंप्लेनेंट का, फरियादी का वकील हाजिर नहीं था, फरियादी नहीं थे, तो कोर्ट ने नोटिस किया है फरियादी को, कंप्लेनेंट को नोटिस दिए। बताया गया है कि 13 तारीख को इसकी सुनवाई होगी। 10 तारीख तक फरियादी को जो भी हलफनामा दाखिल करना है, जो भी जवाब देना है, जो रिप्लाई करना है नोटिस द एप्लीकेशन, उसका टाइम 10 तारीख तक दिया गया है और 13 तारीख को अभी राहुल जी का सांसद पद वापस आएगा कि नहीं आएगा उसकी सुनवाई होगी।
13 तारीख को हम मान सके 13 तारीख को जब सुनवाई होगी उसके बाद पता चलेगा कि वो सभ्य रहेंगे या नहीं रहेंगे।
उसके बाद पता, मतलब एक कोर्ट नहीं करे, एक कोर्ट तो फाइनल जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक मैटर जाएगी तब पता चलेगा कि उसके पर रहेगा कि नहीं रहेगा। पता नहीं कहाँ अटकेगा। मान लो कि कल ग्रांट हो गया तो फरियादी नहीं जाएगा, उसकी क्या गारंटी है? कोई गारंटी नहीं है। वो फरियादी जा सकता है हाई कोर्ट में, वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट जा सकते हैं। मान लो कि नहीं दिया गया है, सस्पेंशन नहीं किया, तो राहुल जी हाई कोर्ट जाएंगे, राहुल जी सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक जा सकते हैं। तो अभी कब होगा, क्या होगा, दैट इज $1 million क्वेश्चन।
अच्छा, कोर्ट के भीतर क्या हुआ? राहुल गांधी क्या टेंशन में थे या नर्वस नजर आ रहे थे? क्या हुआ कोर्ट के भीतर?
मैडम, नर्वस होने की बात ही नहीं, जब कुछ ने कोई गुनाह किया ही नहीं है। ये तो बनी बनाई घटना है, साबित ही नहीं हुआ कि राहुल जी कोर्ट वहाँ क्या बोले। हम सब मानते कि हम सब जानते, चलो मान के चलो कि हम सब जानते क्या बोला, लेकिन ये तो कोर्ट है, एविडेंस की है। जब तक आप एविडेंस कोर्ट में रखोगे नहीं, साबित नहीं करोगे कि राहुल जी ने क्या बोला और बोलने की वजह क्या थी और उसका इरादा क्या था, तीनों चीजें देखनी पड़ती। जब डिफेमेशन आप कर रहे तो उसका वजह और इरादा दोनों देखना चाहिए। बार बार बताया जा रहा है मीडिया में, राहुल जी के जो खिलाफ लोग हैं उन लोगों को, मुझे किसी का नाम नहीं देना है, वो बता रहे हैं कि आपने मोदी के विरुद्ध में, मोदी सरनेम चोरों की क्यों है करके ओबीसी का अपमान किया है। तो मैं बताऊं कि इनमें 3 मोदी की जिक्र है, नरेंद्र मोदी जी की, ललित मोदी जी की और नीरव। तीनों में से 2 तो ओबीसी वाले है ही नहीं। और प्रधानमंत्री की बात आई तो उसको पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था कि क्या प्रधानमंत्री जी ने आपको ये कंप्लेंट करने के लिए बोला है, तो उसने तो मना किया। और मोदी कोई कास्ट नहीं है, मोदी सरनेम है। कास्ट और सरनेम में डिफरेंस है। सरनेम वाले, मोदी सरनेम वाले हर कास्ट में थे, बनिया में भी है, हिंदी स्पीकिंग एरिया में बहुत सारी ज्ञातियों में मोदी सरनेम है। यहाँ भी पारसे में भी मोदी है, यहाँ और बनिया में भी मोदी है। तो ये ओबीसी समाज की, मतलब पूर्णेश जी ओबीसी समाज के है, वो से अपने बता रहे। तो मेरी बेइज्जती हुई और मेरे समाज की बेइज्जती हुई, जो कहना है वो गलत है।
एक चीज और पूछनी थी इसमें, ये राहुल गांधी ने जिस तरह से किया है, तो क्या इन पर्सन उनको आना पड़ेगा 13 अप्रैल को या सिर्फ रिप्रेजेंटेशन से चलेगा?
नहीं, लॉयर से हाजिर रहेंगे। कोर्ट ने ऑर्डर कर दिया कि उनको नेक्स्ट टाइम आने की जरूरत नहीं है।
अच्छा, खुद आने की जरूरत नहीं
है।
ये 3-5 जो डेट है वो कौन सी? दूसरी
3 मई की कोई डेट?
3 मई की है और 13।
किसी का दिमाग का फिरा हुआ नतीजा है। कोई 3 मई की डेट है ही नहीं, किसी ने अफवाह फैलाई है। अभी जो होना है वो 13 को होगा, या तो 13 के बाद कोर्ट कोई मान लो कि कोई वजह से 13 को सुनवाई नहीं हुई तो कोर्ट जो डेट देगी।
That was the legal counsel, one of the members of Rahul Gandhi's legal counsel, speaking with reporters after he was granted bail. But the important point really is that Rahul Gandhi's conviction has not been stayed by the court. He had moved an appeal that challenged the conviction. The appeal was accompanied by two applications. The first was the general regular bail, and the second was the application for suspension of conviction. And that was a critical application because only if this second application is allowed, only then can his membership to the Lok Sabha be restored. But Megha, we heard the legal counsel for Rahul Gandhi, and it seems to be that the basis of their argument in court will be in the next hearing, as you were saying earlier. And again, Megha, these are fresh shots of Rahul Gandhi and his sister leaving the Surat Sessions Court, heading back to the airport, I'm presuming to fly back to Delhi. But Megha, to go back to what I was saying, the argument, the basis of the argument for the Congress, Rahul Gandhi's counsel seems to be what you were mentioning earlier in the day. It's going to be the fact that this Purnesh Modi cannot be considered the aggrieved person because this statement that Rahul Gandhi made does not concern him personally. It is against all Modis, and there's no such thing really as a community of Modis.
Well, that can be one of the probable grounds, Sarah, on the basis of which they will go in appeal. Now, we are yet to see the appeal that they have filed because it has already been filed in the court today. So, of course, it will contain the grounds of appeal and what all they have used as grounds of appeal to go to the court back against the conviction. That one has to wait, till we get a copy of that. But these are the probable grounds, and why we are saying this, because this is what the top leaders who are also lawyers in the Congress has been talking about. They've been talking about this, suggesting that number one, the aggrieved party was not the complainant. Purnesh Modi had nothing to do with the statement that that Rahul Gandhi made, that he was no way connected to what Rahul was talking about in his speech in Kolar. Number one. Number two is that the jurisdiction again the jurisdiction is not of the CJM court in Surat, which is where the case was tried for 4 years. So again, on these two grounds, perhaps according to them, the strongest two could be the probable grounds for appeal. So, well, let us see what really happens. But, the important bit today, again, Sarah, is this. Like Arvind also pointed out, that sentencing was not the concern for the Congress party. It was essentially trying to get an interim stay, if not, of course, getting this conviction out of the way, at least get an interim stay on the conviction so that on the basis of the stay on the conviction, he can go back to the parliament and seek a revocation of the disqualification of his membership. Now, that seems to be the priority for the Congress party, because Rahul right now is no longer a member of parliament. He is now a former member of parliament, doesn't even represent his constituency of Wayanad, from where he's won the elections. When you politically speaking, that is a huge setback for Rahul Gandhi, and that is something that the Congress wants to set right. And they would be able to do so only if they are able to get a stay on the conviction that has been handed over to him by the CJM's court in Surat. So that's the main thing, for which again on 13th there would be a hearing, and there is no say telling Sarah that on 13th itself you'll be able to that the Congress party will be able to secure some sort of a relief for Rahul Gandhi, or a conviction, or a stay on the conviction. Will that happen on 13th? A little unlikely, because it might take a few hearings, till the time the court actually does come to a conclusion on this matter. But then that is obviously the sticking point for the Congress, and they've not been able to get any sort of a relief when that aspect is concerned.
Well, Megha, looks like we're going to be discussing this for a while going forward. But that's the news at this hour. Stay tuned. We're going to continue to follow this story, bring you the implications, the fallout, all of that coming up at the top of the hour after a short break. Bye-bye.
Namaskar. 20 years since we started, this music has been with you. Now, we want you to share your version of it. Let your inner artists out by creating an incredible remix of the NDTV signature track. Log on to ndtv.com/best of NDTV. Get inspired and submit your rendition. One winner gets an all-expense paid holiday for two. NDTV 24/7 20th year celebration.
This is NDTV. No noise, no shouting, and most importantly, no lies. Our lead story tonight. Big international story. India is closely watching it. News that informs and inspires.
The news with Sonia Singh. Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. Only on NDTV 24/7.
The only side we're on is yours.
Cross the distance between darkness and vision. Teach a generation that has lost all hope. Treat a patient from thousands of miles away. None of this was possible
till technology stepped in and made it possible. A selection of the finest stories from across the country where technology comes with a human touch.
Unleash your dreams with Snapdragon in collaboration with NDTV. Only on the NDTV network.
Years since we started, this music has been with you, playing in your homes, at work, and in your car. Now, we want you to share your version of it. Calling all music buffs from across India to let your inner artists out by creating an incredible remix of the NDTV signature track for the world to hear. Log on to ndtv.com/bestofndtv to access the original track. Get inspired and submit your rendition. One winner gets an all-expense-paid holiday for two to the luxurious Alila Fort, Bishangarh, Rajasthan. NDTV 24/7. 20th year celebrations.
Gadgets 360 is here to help you with all your tech needs.
Gadget 360, Gadget Love. Gadgets 360, Gadgets Love.
You too can get some gadget love with buying guides, expert reviews, and all the latest news on Gadgets 360.
Debates are essential not just for journalism but for humanity. It ignites our mind, opens it up for counter-opinion. To hear all views, opinion of all hues. Which is why the oldest running debate show on Indian news television is not 23 years old, but young at 23.
इस इनिशिएटिव को मैं अभिनंदन करता हूं कि सच को सच के रूप में पेश करने का उन्होंने साहस दिखाया.
So let us begin the big fight. In a deeply polarized world, where space for disagreement is shrinking, where take it or leave it defines discourse, we take a step back. A debate has many facets, perhaps no one right answer. Left, right and center, conversations that get to the core of the debate. Left, right and center with me, Vishnu Shom, 9 p.m. on NDTV 24/7.
20 years since we started, this music has been with you. Now, we want you to share your version of it. Let your inner artists out by creating an incredible remix of the NDTV signature track. Log on to ndtv.com/bestofndtv. Get inspired and submit your rendition. One winner gets an all-expense-paid holiday for two. NDTV 24/7. 20th year celebration.
This is NDTV. No noise, no shouting, and most importantly, no lies. Our lead story tonight. Big international story. India is closely watching it. News that informs and inspires.
The news with Sonia Singh. Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. Only on NDTV 24/7.
The only side we're on is yours.
Cross the distance between darkness and vision. Teach a generation that has lost all hope. Treat a patient from thousands of miles away. None of this was possible
till technology stepped in and made it possible. A selection of the finest stories from across the country where technology comes with a human touch.
Unleash your dreams with Snapdragon in collaboration with NDTV. only on the NDTV network.
20 years since we started, this music has been with you, playing in your homes, at work, and in your car. Now, we want you to share your version of it. Calling all music buffs from across India to let your inner artists out by creating an incredible remix of the NDTV signature track for the world to hear. Log on to ndtv.com/bestofndtv to access the original track. Get inspired and submit your rendition. One winner gets an all-expense paid holiday for two to the luxurious Alila Fort, Bishangarh, Rajasthan. NDTV 24/7. 20th year celebrations.
Gadgets 360 is here to help you with all your tech needs.
Gadget 360, Gadget Love. Gadgets 360, Gadgets Love.
You too can get some gadget love with buying guides, expert reviews, and all the latest.
Hello there, you're with NDTV. I'm Maha Siddiqui. Our big story that we're tracking at the moment, the hearing in the case challenging Rahul Gandhi's conviction in the 2019 defamation case will next be heard on the 3rd of May. He's been able to secure a bail for the moment from the Surat court. Let me go immediately across to Megha for more details on this. Megha, break down the two for us now because he's already been disqualified as a member of parliament. Is this bail in any way going to alter things on that count?
Well, Maha, no, not at all. Not at all. In fact, there is absolutely no change when it comes to his disqualification from the parliament, which has emanated from the fact that Rahul Gandhi was convicted and then given a sentence for 2 years. So as far as his conviction is concerned, really nothing in today's hearing. Today was almost a very short, quick hearing that happened. I don't think he was inside for more than 40 minutes or so inside the court. So what has happened inside the Surat Sessions Court today, Maha? Let me explain two things. One, that he was seeking bail and he has been handed over bail. He's now been let off on bail, and this bail is going to cover him till the end of appeal, which basically just means that till the matter gets finally decided by the court, Rahul will not have to come back to the court seeking any more reprieve in terms of seeking bail from the court. That's number one. Number two here is that they also wanted a stay on the conviction that was handed over to Rahul Gandhi by the CJM, the Chief Judicial Magistrates Court in Surat, 2 weeks back. Now, as far as that conviction is concerned, today the court said that they are issuing notices, and the concerned parties need to come back and file a reply by 10th of April, and then on 13th they would be hearing the matter. So the Gujarat government will be filing a reply. The other parties also will be filing a reply by 10th of April, and then the matter will be heard. So as far as conviction is concerned, that hearing obviously didn't happen today, and this is a matter of procedure, right? These notices would go out, the replies would come, and then everything will be brought before the court, and then the matter will be heard. Now, there is, of course, no guarantee, Maha, that in this next hearing only, Rahul will be able to secure any sort of a relief in terms of getting a stay on the conviction. And why am I saying that? Why is conviction so important? It is important because it is because of this conviction and the sentencing of 2 years that Rahul Gandhi was disqualified as a member of parliament, and he no longer, of course, is a part of the parliament. He no longer is an MP from Wayanad. So all of this, he's now a former MP. And can the ECI go ahead and announce an election from Wayanad? So there can be several repercussions to the situation that Rahul finds himself today. They were seeking some sort of a reprieve in terms of getting a stay on the conviction so that they could go back to the parliament, getting his disqualification, moved out of the way, and then he could, it could be his membership could be restored and he could get back to the parliament. Correct. That has not happened today. That may or may not happen on a later date when the court hears the case.
So at least till the 3rd of May, we will not know Rahul Gandhi's future as far as the restoration of his Member of Parliament seat is concerned, considering after his conviction by the Surat court, he was stripped of his Member of Parliament position because he was convicted in a case. But today, Megha, we've seen pretty much some sort of a show of strength, if I can put it that way, with top leaders, chief ministers of Congress-ruled states there for moral support with Rahul Gandhi. What does it look like as far as the Congress party is concerned? How is it trying perhaps to use this politically as well?
Well, they are, of course, trying to use it to their advantage, and, all these visuals and, the scenes that have been created inside and outside the Surat court does tell you. I mean, this confirms their attempt to try and gain as much political points, out of this situation as possible, trying to turn this into advantage Rahul, especially at a time when, Congress and BJP and other parties are looking at a Karnataka election, one of the biggest states in South, where the Congress right now has a very, very good chance. I mean, both Congress and the BJP neck and neck, even in the last elections, and this time, of course, with all the polls that have been done at this point in time, it does look like advantage Congress. So will the strategy from the side of the Congress is to try and use this as or turn this into a political issue. Now today, when you talk about the show of strength, well, you had Rahul flanked by Sister Priyanka, you had Mr. Venugopal, you had the three chief ministers. What was the need for chief ministers? One can understand that a leader of the Congress party, Rahul Gandhi, and the top seniors of the party want to be with him at a time when he is, appearing for a court hearing. But to fly in all your chief ministers, that's where the BJP came in and said, well, this is an attempt to try and scare the judiciary. You are trying to intimidate the judiciary, and this is a show of strength. There's a drama you're creating, and there's no need. And let me tell you honestly, while the Congress would tell you, Maha, that Rahul Gandhi was supposed to be there by law, be physically present when the appeal is being filed, but I have checked with lawyers who are neither Congress nor BJP, and they are of the opinion that Rahul was really not mandated by law to be there physically present before the court. In-person presence was not required, but he nevertheless went there because they wanted to create a spectacle.
At the end of the day, this is, as the Congress party believes, a political issue, and therefore, for that party, in the run-up to 2024, using this as a platform to show that that there is some sort of political vendetta is perhaps also a strategy that is at play. But Sunil Prabhu is joining us with more, and he'll be able to help us understand that better. Sunil, has the Congress party reacted or responded to the fact that the BJP is calling this a childish attempt by the Congress party to show this show of strength in Surat?
I think you heard no less than the Congress president, Mr. Karge himself, speak this morning in Parliament, and I think that's a clear statement from the Congress party itself. Let's look at it threadbare. For the Congress party, this is, as you rightly pointed out, a political case. They have to fight it legally as well as politically. Legally, they have done what is required despite huge rumors being spread by various adversaries of the Congress party saying that Rahul Gandhi will surrender. That never happened. The fact of the matter is that he did appeal. His sentence has been stayed. The conviction is an issue which has to be dealt with. And that is something which is critical for Rahul Gandhi personally, because that will help him to continue as a member of parliament, because if that sentence is not stayed, then that conviction of 2 years, then definitely it's the end game for him in terms of being a member of parliament. Of course, there are various other courts of appeal, from the Gujarat High Court right up to the Supreme Court, to hear this matter ultimately in a criminal defamation case. But 99% of the cases in law, usually the conviction is stayed, so we'll wait till the 13th of April. But having said that, politically, the issue is very clear. This is something that they believe has been foisted by the BJP, by no less than their own MLA. This has been a political case. They've shown this, the speed in which and the haste in which this entire case was fast-tracked by the Surat court. And it's in that same backdrop that they believe, with the opposition coming together. And it's really been, and if you've seen in the last few days, ever since that conviction took place, the BJP has been on a back foot, saying, why hasn't Rahul Gandhi appealed? What is the reason for this? What is the reason for not doing what has happened? But the fact of the matter is that ultimately it is a political case for them. The Congress party believes this is being done to try to not only do political vendetta, but to ensure that Rahul Gandhi is kept quiet when he's in the forefront of raising certain issues of propriety in terms of how the the Narendra Modi government has behaved. So it's in that backdrop that we have seen the events unfold. It's definitely something that the Congress party will continue and has been strident right across for the last few months. And so we'll have to wait and see how things play out legally, but politically they will continue. As I said, opposition parties have come together. This is a political issue and it will resonate not only in Karnataka but in the other assembly elections as well as the general elections which are due later next year.
All right, Sunil and Megha are going to stay with us. Arvind is now joining us with the very latest from Surat. Arvind, the next critical date in Rahul Gandhi's case will then be May 3 because April 13 will be rather procedural in nature, will it?
No, Maha, April 13th is the next date of hearing. That's where the application of Rahul Gandhi seeking an stay of the conviction will be heard by the Sessions Court here in Surat. So we have Advocate Rohan Panwala, who is part of Rahul Gandhi's legal team. In fact, it is his father who is advocate on record who has filed the petition on behalf of Rahul Gandhi. KC Poonawala's son Rohan Panwala, is with us. Let's ask him about today's hearing. So today, the appeal preferred by Rahul Gandhi was heard by the Sessions judge. So could you please sum up the order that has been passed by the court?
The appeal was merely filed, and along with the appeal, applications for the bail and for the stay of the sentencing and the stay of the conviction was filed. The application for bail and the stay of the sentencing was heard, and in usual course it was granted, and Rahul Gandhi has been given bail, and the sentencing has also been stayed. Now the application for stay of conviction would be heard on the 13th of April.
Okay, so that's where, because both the first two applications, bail, regular bail, and also the suspension of sentence till the disposal of appeal has been granted by the court ex parte, but when it comes to the stay of conviction, the court has issued notice to the respondent. So could you please tell whether the notice has also been issued to State of Gujarat in this particular case?
The State of Gujarat has been joined as a party, and it will also be, they will also maybe, but they don't have much role in this.
So both Punesh Modi and State of Gujarat will have to file their response by April 10th, and the next date of hearing in this matter is April 13th.
That is right.
So also, when will the main criminal appeal be heard?
It is posted on the 3rd of May, but it will take time.
It will take time. Also, could you please tell us the main grounds on which you have preferred this appeal before the Sessions Court?
There are several grounds, and most of the grounds have been already covered in many of the interviews. So there are several grounds, but the main thing was that we have fought on the grounds of the jurisdiction, we have fought on grounds of many other technicalities, and all those grounds will be again be heard in the main appeal. But right now, the interim relief matters, and 2 out of 3 interim reliefs have already been granted.
So, the application for seeking stay of conviction will be heard on April 13th, and then by 10th they have to file their response. So, on this particular point alone, so should Rahul Gandhi appear again on April 13th for the next date of hearing?
No, he need not appear, and we have already requested the court, and the court has orally granted the relief that he need not appear.
Okay. So that's Rohan, who is part of Rahul Gandhi's legal team, where he is summing up the order. So the big takeaways, Maha, one, the court has granted bail to, court has first admitted the appeal preferred by Rahul Gandhi, the court has granted regular bail, and the court has also suspended the sentence of 2 years till the disposal of the main petition. The main petition is Criminal Appeal 254 of 2023, which Rahul Gandhi has preferred, challenging the order that has been granted by the magistrate court. But on the very important application, the application seeking stay of conviction, on which the court has granted, issued notice to both Punesh Modi, who is the complainant in this particular case, and also State of Gujarat, and both of them will have to file their response by April 10th, and the matter will again be heard on April 13th. But on April 13th, Rahul Gandhi need not appear, only his legal counsels will be appearing. On the other hand side, Punesh Modi's legal team and also State of Gujarat will also appear. So what we are being told is that even today, State of Gujarat legal counsel was also present in the court, but the court has issued notice to them. Both of them will have to file their written response by April 10th on the application of Rahul Gandhi seeking stay of the conviction, and the matter will again be heard on April 13th. That's the application of Rahul Gandhi seeking stay of conviction.
All right, so April 13th is the important date here. That's when the next hearing is going to be held for Rahul Gandhi's case. Arvind, also, this means that till the 13th of April, Rahul Gandhi will have to wait to see whether there is any way forward for him to get his membership to Parliament restored. Are we getting that correct?
No way Rahul Gandhi can get his membership in Lok Sabha till the court stays the conviction. So in this particular case, he can't even move the Gujarat High Court because today the court has issued notice to the respondents and the court has fixed the matter for April 13th. So at least till April 13th, Rahul Gandhi has only one option, that he has to wait till the next lot of hearing, that's April 13th. So by April 10th, both state of Gujarat and also Pune's Ishwar Modi, both of them will be filing their response, and on April 13th, the matter will be heard by the same court, and then his legal team will put forth their argument. So until April 13th, there is no way that Rahul Gandhi can get back his Lok Sabha membership. It all depends on April 13th whether the court will agree to the contention of Rahul Gandhi and then will stay the conviction. But it all depends on April 13th. But as of this moment, Rahul Gandhi is disqualified and he continues to be a disqualified member in Lok Sabha.
And one more quick clarification there, Arvind. If at all on the 13th of April, Rahul Gandhi gets a favourable response from the court as far as his conviction is concerned, is it automatically his membership granted back to him, or the ball then goes back to the Speaker's court?
By default, automatically, how he has incurred disqualification on the conviction and sentencing of 2 years, the moment the conviction is stayed, that particular disqualification ceases to be in effect from that very point. But again, like in the case of the disqualification, Rahul Gandhi has to wait for the notification from the Lok Sabha Secretariat to take part in the proceedings. But the notification can be issued any day after the stay of conviction, but the stay of conviction, the day or the moment from which the conviction has been stayed, so his Lok Sabha membership will be restored retrospectively. Like in the case of Mohammad Fazal, even in that particular case, though the Lok Sabha Secretariat took almost a month to notify the restoration of membership of Mohammad Faisal, but even in that particular notification, Maha, if you could see, the membership has been restored from the day his conviction has been stayed. So it will be the same case in the case of Rahul Gandhi also.
All right. Arvind, many thanks for getting us all those details, also all those important clarifications, because the big point here is that this for the Congress is a political case, and therefore restoration of the membership of Parliament for Rahul Gandhi is one of the primary reasons why they are undertaking this legal as well as political battle against the BJP, as they say. They call it vendetta politics. Let me go across to our two guests now who are joining us here on the show. PKD Nambiar, political analyst and a BJP supporter. Asad Abbas, political analyst, and he speaks against the BJP here. Also, Megha Prasad continues to stay with us. PKD Nambiar, coming first to you. The BJP has called this attempt by the Congress party of their show of strength today, as Rahul Gandhi was seeking that bail in the Surat court, a childish attempt. But at the end of the day, for the Congress, it's a political case, not just a legal matter over here. In that context, do you think the optics were right for the Congress?
Absolutely no. It's a political drama. It's a normal legal recourse. Any individual whomsoever is convicted could have been just going, and with one lawyer, he could have just pursued that case maybe 10 days back or a week back. So I think making this as a big political drama and an event itself shows that how much Congress is today. Today's Congress lacks in content, and also not being able to take up the issues of the people. And most importantly, Maha, you need to understand, in the last 10-11 days, we have seen in the Congress MPs and the Congress senior leadership was talking about that they are going to have a jail bharo andolan, and they will have people all across the country. The people will be, the congressmen will hit the streets, etc. But we have not seen, whether it is from Wayanad to Delhi, except that during the session time, few of the MPs coming and walking towards the Rashtrapati Bhavan, we have not seen it. So I think Congress today understands that they will not be able to gather the people or the public in favor of such kind of activity, but instead they are trying to make it as a media event. From that point of view, of course, they have achieved, the reason being that from the last 2 hours or 3 hours, you have been covering this live, that Rahul Gandhi entering the court, Rahul Gandhi coming out of the court, Rahul Gandhi is sitting along with his sister, so on and so forth. I think, but then the problem is that Congress lacks the very idea.
PKD Nambiar, just a second. Asad Abbas, is everything fair in love, war and politics?
Well, in the words of George Bernard Shaw, politics is the last resort of the scoundrel. I'm not saying this, George Shaw is saying. So let me now come straight to the point what my good friend Nambiar has said. What did Amit Shah ji say, our honorable Home Minister of this beautiful country? He said that Rahul Gandhi is a disqualified MP now, like any other citizen of this country. He has a right to go to the courts. Let him be the Shahzada of his Gandhi family, but he needs to personally go to the courts, move the courts. And now when Rahul Gandhi does this, our Honorable Law Minister Kiren Rijiju tweets, why all this drama? He doesn't need to go personally. He can send his advocate, so on and so forth. I think, who is making Rahul Gandhi big? When Shri Arun Jaitley, our honorable late minister, said that Rahul Gandhi is a nobody, Rahul Gandhi is irrelevant to politics. When he's irrelevant, when he's a nobody, why is BJP completely concentrated on a Rahul Gandhi? That shows, Mahaji, that Rahul Gandhi is indeed a force to reckon with. Today, all the opposition parties of India stand with Rahul Gandhi. They protest along with him. Like they say, matbhed hona chahiye, manbhed nahi. They know these fascist forces and dictatorial terms of the Bharatiya Janata Party are not going to lead anywhere. Using institutions like a CBI, EDIT, using police force and so on and so forth is not going to help them. Let me quote Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, the leader of opposition and the AICC president. He said, हमें तो मालूम था जज बदले जा रहे थे, हमें तो मालूम था कि केस को फास्ट ट्रैक किया जा रहा था. This was a षड्यंत्र, this was a conspiracy to disqualify him MP. Not just that, but evict him from his home at Tughlaq Lane. This shows the conniving, opportunistic politics of the BJP. But let me tell you, there is great faith in the Indian judiciary. The best will come. Like there's the saying that the Supreme Court is supreme and it shall come through.
All right. And the next date of hearing in this matter is now
April
almost
13th.
10 days away. April 13th is the next crucial date, which will not just look at further bail, but also decide on the case itself, that of the conviction, whether there can be a stay on the conviction. And once there is a stay on the conviction, as the Congress party hopes it can get, then Rahul Gandhi's membership to parliament can be restored. So clearly, it's a big political battle that the Congress is fighting, and that is why you have seen 3 of their chief ministers, apart from Priyanka Gandhi, his sister, being present today there along with him, a show of strength which the BJP has called a childish attempt by the Congress party. Meanwhile, Rahul Gandhi has just about now, after the hearing today, put out a tweet. Now the tweet says, ये मित्र काल के विरुद्ध लोकतंत्र को बचाने की लड़ाई है. इस संघर्ष में सत्य मेरा अस्त्र है और सत्य ही मेरा आसरा. Let me go across to Megha Prasad for more on this. Megha, what do you make of this tweet that Rahul Gandhi has put out today?
Well, Rahul has been tweeting from the day of the conviction. Remember, minutes after the conviction, he did put out a tweet where he suggested that, this is his Satyagrah, he's fighting for truth, he's fighting for Loktantra, that's democracy, and his ways to fight for this will be non-violence. So he did sort of, compare his struggle to that of Mahatma Gandhi, saying, ye hamari Satyagrah hai. And even after that, let me tell you this, Maha, that, all the protests that Congress party has been doing outside the parliament, they are calling it their own Satyagrah. So yes, when he puts out this tweet right now, ye Mitrakal ke viruddh Loktantra ko bachane ki ladai hai. Well, Mitrakal, of course, for him, he has been referring to the Adani Hindenburg case, and that was the theme of his last speech inside the parliament, to which he'd said in the press conference later after his conviction that the reason why he was disqualified from the parliament was only because the BJP and the Prime Minister, the scare of his next speech as to what is he going to say inside the parliament. So he's making a reference to that, and then he says, "Is sangharsh mein satya mera astra hai aur satya hi mera asra." Truth is my weapon, and I have faith in pursuing truth. So yes, he's been saying this all along from day one as far as his conviction and then disqualification is concerned. And Rahul, practically speaking, right now he's no longer a part of the parliament, and he will have to fight his political fight, of course, outside. There is no recourse till the time he gets a stay on his conviction, Maha, in the court, which may or may not happen. We don't know whether he's going to get that sort of a relief that he's expecting from the Surat Sessions Court, or will he have to go to a higher court, in this case, the Gujarat High Court, and then maybe the Supreme Court, that is in case he doesn't get a stay on his conviction. So we don't know really what's going to happen to his membership as far as a member of parliament is concerned. But on the other hand, his political fight, which now, of course, the Congress intends to take it all the way to Karnataka and to other parts of the country. He will have to fight it outside, fight the BJP outside. And yes, I mean, these are the statements that you've been hearing from him and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra as well. Satya, Astha, Satyagrah, etc., etc.
PKT Nambiar, Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party allege that this is nothing but an attempt to try to silence him while he speaks on very critical issues about the country, about the democracy, and right now his reference to the Adani Hindenburg case as well. Mitrakal is what he calls it. Do you think that the BJP, at this juncture, while the Congress party has pretty much launched what one could loosely refer to as a street fight, do you think that the BJP would be wary of this new move of the Congress party?
In fact, I would have been really, one way, as a brand person or a marketing expert, I would say this in opposition could have taken this as an opportunity. But on the other hand, in the last 11 days, what I have seen from Wayanad to Delhi, as I said, hardly any kind of public gathering for Rahul Gandhi on the street. Hardly. That's what I'm saying. Except one small protest in Wayanad. Even in a Wayanad wherein it's like a Muslim League and the Congress has got a huge base. Even there is hardly any kind of reaction from the people or pro-Gandhi move. So I would rather call it like even this tweet and etc. Rahul Gandhi is still going through this the brand crisis, the crisis of the identity crisis. Sometimes during this Bharat Jodo Yatra, we have seen him like more of like walking with the left liberals and the so-called the people who talk anything and everything against just not anti-Modi forces, but towards the left. And his outlook and etc. was giving a feeling that his talks were also more of like a left revolutionary style. But right now, he started now talking about Mahatma Gandhi, Satyagrah, all those kind of. I think it's a very, very confused brand. Whomsoever is suggesting him how the politics of today happens, just look at from the morning onwards what is the kind of a news on the social media or in televisions. And some of the channels may not be showing the Modi's popularity across the world is in 76%. He is the number one when it comes to popularity. On the other side, he is addressing the CBI officers on the CBI day, wherein he's talking about go and you have a name and go live with that name, that all those people who are corrupt, irrespective of which party they belongs to, go and hold on to them. So I think the message what the people likes to hear today is an anti-corruption movement. The agencies are working and taking those people together. And in fact, Syed Abbas was...
But this is not a case. This is not a case particularly, in fact, of the Gandhis. In this case, on corruption, in fact, it is the other way around, because Rahul Gandhi suggested something which he seemed to believe was him calling out corruption. Let me go across to Syed Asad Abbas. The point that PKT Nambiar was making very quickly on that aspect itself, do you think this is the start of the launch of a street fight for the Congress party? And do they have it in them to come out on the streets and really fight the BJP?
Mahaji, this reminds me of a great shair who once said, "Zulmi jab bhi zulm karega satta ki galiyaron se, chappa chappa goonj uthega in khilaf ke naron se." My good friend Nambiar, we both follow each other on Twitter. Maybe he didn't see my tweets. Wherever there has been a Congress party, there have been many protests. Be it here in Karnataka, Bangalore, Davangere, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, a small cohesive division of Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and so many other states, including Delhi. There was a large protest in Delhi. But nevertheless, now coming to the part, my friend Nambiar also said about BJP's crusade of being anti-corruption. Respected sir, if BJP stands for anti-corruption, why have you not yet set a joint parliament committee with respect to Adani and the Hindenburg report. Well, you don't do anything about it. Nevertheless, that's all right. The Supreme Court had to interfere on the same. The fact of the matter, what did Rahul Gandhi say? He said, "Jo Nirav Modi hai, or jo ye Modi hai, ye chor hai." That does not relegate to the whole community. Whereas the BJP leaders like Raja Singh and many others go about with hate speeches and there is nothing on them. They are going free, and during Ram Navami celebrations, they are being invited and they're giving speeches. This shows the conniving politics of the BJP. Also, as a matter of fact, the BJP must understand when a Rahul Gandhi is nothing, you are the one who have shaken the living daylights out of yourself. Anybody, Modi ji, Amit Shah ji, or any top leader of BJP starts, ends, begins, ends with a Rahul Gandhi. This shows the more you speak about him, the more power you give to this man. But
all right.
Let me tell you,
I think
as there is
PKD
a
Nambiar
beginning,
wants
there
to
will be
make
an
a
end to
point
all.
there. We have the last 1 minute left, so I'll give 30 seconds to you and then 30 seconds back to Syed Asad Abbas. PKD Nambiar.
See, the broader point today is very simple. That in a democracy, at the end of the day, the people decides that who will be ruling and who are they supporting to. I think Karnataka election is coming in. I think rather than making this whole drama in Surat today, making all the chief ministers and all the people who are loyal, Gandhi loyalists, family loyalists to Surat, rather than that, they should all go to Karnataka, work in Chhattisgarh, work in...
all right. And rather than
quickly,
PKD Nambiar, rather than use the word rule, I would rather use the word govern. I mean, nobody rules us now. We are an independent country. We choose people to govern us. We choose people to govern us. Syed Asad Abbas, very quickly, 30 seconds. Do you think at the end of the day, the Congress is able to take this fight politically where it wants to? Because it is also a legal fight, but are they able to project it as a political fight?
Absolutely, Mahaji, for the same reason why, when you look, I come from the land of Karnataka. Here, the Karnataka state is hot ahead of elections. And let me tell you, you go across any polls of the channels, on the local Kannada media channels, everybody shows Congress winning. Not just that, any rural center you go to, it is the Congress which is winning. Right now, the pollsters call it 60% towards the Congress and 40% towards the BJP. And let me tell you, Karnataka elections will be very decisive in this political fight between a Congress and a BJP. And this win, if it comes, will be a very, very big win for Rahul Gandhi and the Bharat Jodo Yatra. And I truly believe that Karnataka, being a communal laboratory with halal, hijab, azan, loudspeaker, and NRC, CA, and so on and so forth, this will be the answer to the communal politics of the BJP.
All right. So,
I think Karnataka
we can do as many number of polls through pollsters. Analysts can come and discuss a lot of issues. But at the end of the day, the voter decides on who they want to elect. Let me go across to Megha Prasad very quickly. Megha, I want you to help us understand whether the Congress looks at this as an issue that can be utilized during the Karnataka elections, and what is the BJP strategy then?
Well, Maha, if you ask this question whether Congress thinks they can utilize it, of course. I mean, what else was happening in the Surat court today? Apart from, of course, trying to politicize a legal appearance, an appearance inside a court. You know, Rahul, like I said, this is a point that I have checked with lawyers who are neither on the side of the BJP nor on the side of the Congress, trying to understand the legal point, whether by law was Rahul mandated to be there in person for this hearing, because this was just an appeal being filed. I mean, we saw it was not even a 40-minute long hearing. So the answer is that Rahul wasn't really required to be there, but yet he went, and he didn't just go on his own. He went along with his sister, he went along with 3 chief ministers of their party. He also went there with the top general secretaries of his party. He went there with a whole host of supporters from across Gujarat who were asked to be there outside the court in Surat. So what else is happening apart from politics? And yes, they do want to take it to Karnataka. That is their plan. They want to. I mean, this is where they would be able to see for themselves if an issue like this has worked for them politically or not. So that is as far as Congress is concerned. The BJP, of course, has taken another angle out of this entire incident, which is that Rahul, look here, Rahul, one of the top leaders in the country, has been convicted by a court of law and has been handed over the maximum punishment possible because because he indeed, what his statement was, did amount to racial slur, and that the court found this to be a grave mistake on his part, and hence handed him over the maximum that the court could, which was 2 years. So here is a leader who has disrespected and insulted the OBC community, and BJP is all set to take that message to every part of this country. How are they going to do that, Maha? They have already decided to launch a campaign from 6th of April that will go on till 14th of April, which is where it's called Ghar Ghar Chalo, Gaon Gaon Chalo, which is where they are going to unleash all their OBC leaders, including the cabinet ministers. There are about 27 cabinet and MOSs in Mr. Modi's government who belong to the OBC community. So they are the ones with whom the party leadership has already met. Also, the entire OBC Morcha is being galvanized. So they are now going to go to the people with the details of this incident to suggest and impress upon them that Rahul Gandhi is a leader who has made these statements only to undermine the interest and disrespect and insult the OBC community. So that's as far as the strategies are concerned.